Dear rail lovers, welcome back to Railways Explained. This time we are talking about another mega railway project carried out on the territory of Saudi Arabia. This mega project is related to the construction of a high-speed railway that connects two Islamic holy places, Mecca and Medina. It is also called the Haramain High-Speed Railway, where Haramain refers to the cities of Mecca and Medina. What is interesting about this project are the extremely difficult climatic and geographical conditions in which the line was built. Deserts, open valleys, desert winds and high temperatures all dictated a need for different technical solutions on the same railway line. As usual, let's start with the background of this project. The Saudi Railway Master Plan for the period 2010 to 2040 includes a portfolio of $97 billion dedicated for the strategic development of 19 individual railway lines. The total length of these lines is approximately 9,900 kilometers. These projects are classified into three stages, with the first stage covering the period from 2010 to 2025, the second one from 2026 to 2033, and the third from 2034 to 2040. The first stage is considered high priority and includes the following projects: upgrade of the existing double-track conventional rail line between Dammam and Riyadh, construction of the Saudi Railway land bridge between Riyadh and Jeddah and between Dammam and Jubail, construction of the Haramain high-speed railway connecting Mecca, Jeddah and Medina, and construction of the north-south mineral line between the northern regions Ras Al Khair, Jubail, and the capital Riyadh, including the connection to the proposed railway network in Jordan via Al Haditha. The idea of the Saudi Railway Organization with Haramain High-Speed Railway was to handle the transportation needs of a growing number of seasonal pilgrims to Mecca. In addition, there are performers of Umrah and a significant number of permanent residents of the cities along the way. The plan was to reduce the travel time between Mecca and Medina to 2 hours and 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes from Mecca to Jeddah, and about 2 hours from Jeddah to Medina. The estimated demand was quite high, with 60 million passengers per year. The city of Mecca attracts about 2.5 million pilgrims during the period of Hajj every year, as well as more than 2 million Umrah performers during the month of Ramadan. And there has already been the existing heavy passenger traffic, especially during Fridays. The authorities also wanted to further stimulate growth in a massive business zone of King Abdullah Economic City. Due to safety and comfort reasons, the Haramain Railway is also seen by the Saudi Arabian government as the best option for pilgrims. Namely, it will help reduce traffic congestion and accidents on the roads linking Mecca and Medina. Due to all these reasons, the design and construction of the project needed to withstand heavy traffic conditions and tough climate, while the track, rolling stock and stations needed to be designed in such a way to handle the temperature changes of up to 50 degrees Celsius. The length of the Haramain high-speed railway is 453 kilometers. It was designed as an electrified double-track rail line with a maximum speed of 320 km per hour, with commercial operation at a maximum 300 km per hour. For the purpose of easier design and construction, the alignment was divided into 6 major areas. The first area in the length of 75 km from Mecca to Jeddah, mainly because this section goes through valleys and rolling terrain. The second area in the length of 35 kilometers located in urban area of Jeddah, because of the need for redesigning and reconstruction of 8 highway interchanges. The third area in the length of 80 kilometers from Jeddah to King Abdullah Economic City, because of the Sabkha soil deposits with low bearing capacity. The fourth area in the length of 100 kilometers from King Abdullah Economic City to near Wadi Al Fora, characterized by coastal areas and open valleys. The fifth area in the length of 85 kilometers from near Wadi Al Fora to near Al Yutama, characterized by mountainous terrain, narrow valleys and floodplain which required excessive drainage structures. And semi-mountainous terrain from near Al Yutama to Medina in the length of 75 kilometers. Additionally, the line has connecting branch to Jeddah King Abdulaziz International Airport and auxiliary branches to the 3 maintenance bases. a first-rate maintenance workshop near Mecca, another near Medina, and a depot at 125th kilometer of the line. To this project are definitely high standards of safety and incident management system. It was planned that the line will be equipped with ERTMS, which will consist of the Da Vinci management system, the ETCS Level 2 blocking system, and the GSMR voice and data communication system. Also, reinforced concrete crash barriers, 1.8 meters in height, are provided along both sides of the track in urbanized sections. They are designed to take dynamic loads of 200 tons, striking at speeds of 200 km per hour. The Directorate General of Civil Defense is made responsible for handling potential emergency situations. Now, if you think safety is a big deal for railway traffic, why it would be different for your surfing and online traffic? In that sense, we recommend using NordVPN. Most internet users aren't even aware of the amount of surveillance, limitation and data mining that was done with their personal information. NordVPN can help you get rid of all these problems with an easy-to-use, one-for-all solution. You can mask your location or enjoy popular content that is not available in your country by simply changing your IP address and redirecting your connection through a remote server. In addition, NordVPN is characterized by an incredible speed, even faster than the fastest high-speed trains, and it is available on every major platform. Railways Explained has provided you with a great discount on purchasing programs offered by NordVPN. Therefore, go to the link in the description to get a 2-year plan. NordVPN offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's absolutely no risk. And by doing that, you're supporting Railways Explained. Now, back to the Haramain project. The project includes 5 state-of-the-art passenger rail stations: Mecca, Jeddah Central, Jeddah King Abdulaziz International Airport, Rabigh, King Abdullah Economic City, and Medina. Each station has a distinct identity and building outlook compatible with the respective cities they serve, which will be discussed in the next chapter. Based on the approval of the project by the Supreme Economic Council, the construction project is implemented on a build, operate and transfer approach. It was divided into 2 phases, with Phase 1 being divided into 2 packages. Phase 1, Package 1, consists of the civil works on the track substructure, including the construction of bridges, viaducts, retaining walls, tunnels and embankments. The $1.8 billion design and construction contract for Package 1 was awarded in March 2009 to Al Rajhi Alliance, which comprises China Railway Construction Corporation, Al Arab Contracting Company Limited, Al Suwailem Company, and the French construction company Bouygues. Work began in late 2009, with completion scheduled for April 2012. Subsequently, some bridges and other structures were added to the project, especially in Area 1, in a total amount of $1.04 billion, which was an increase of about 55% to the initial amount. Because of that, the completion was extended to December 2014, but bearing in mind the complexity of this phase, all works were completed only in 2016. Phase 1, Package 2 includes the construction of the 5 passenger stations, 4 along the line and 5th on the branch towards the Jeddah King Abdulaziz International Airport. In April 2009, $38 million worth of design contracts for the stations were awarded to a joint venture of Foster & Partners and Buro Happold. These companies have adopted a modularized approach to designing, taking into account Islamic architectural traditions. The stations represent custom-designed, prefabricated structures that maximize daylight use while effectively filtering harmful ultraviolet rays, which is a kind of energy-efficient green building concept. The outlook of the station is almost common to all 5. It is marked by a sequence of arches 25 meters high, but with color variations that identify the different cities. Gold for Mecca in reference to the gold leaf of the Kaaba, green for Medina for the color of the dome of the Prophet's Mosque, blue and silver for Rabigh, King Abdullah Economic City, as a symbol of a new emerging city, and purple for Jeddah in reference to its culture. In addition to the main arrivals and departures building, their design includes a mosque, a fire station, a helipad, and shopping and parking areas. Contracts for the construction of the stations were awarded in February 2011. For the Jeddah Central and Jeddah King Abdulaziz International Airport in the value of $878 million. Mecca Central in the value of 963 million, King Abdullah Economic City in the value of 530 million, and Knowledge Economic City in Medina in the value of $468 million. We could mention here that in September 2019, a devastating fire caught the Jeddah station, with the blaze starting in the station's ceiling according to reports, which injured 11 people. It took more than 10 hours to put the fire under control. Phase 2 of the project included the remaining infrastructure works that are not included in Phase 1: design, construction, operation and maintenance of the track, installation of signaling and telecommunication systems, power supply, and catenaries. It also includes the supply and maintenance of rolling stock and the operation and maintenance of the line for 12 years. On 26 October 2011, the Saudi Railways Organization announced that the Saudi-Spanish consortium Al Shola Group, made up 88% of Spanish and 12% of Saudi's companies, won the Phase 2 contract in the amount of $9.3 billion. Moreover, this phase was divided into two parts, the first being the construction of the superstructure, the supply of rolling stock and the commissioning of the line. The second part relates to the operation of the line and maintenance of rolling stock, with Renfe and Adif in charge for the operation of trains and managing the line. The work started in September 2012 with a completion deadline in September 2016. Following the 32-month extension granted to Phase 1.1, Saudi Railway Organization and the Phase 2 consortium agreed in February 2014 on an acceleration plan to complete all works by the first quarter of 2018, which was eventually achieved. Talgo has supplied a fleet of 35 T350 trains and an additional train for the exclusive use of the Saudi royal family. The trains have capacity of 417 seated passengers and are formed of 2 power cars, 4 business class coaches, 8 standard class vehicles as well as café, in a total length of 215 meters. The 300 km per hour trains are based on the AVE class series 102 and 112, supplied to Renfe, which have been adopted to operate in the extreme climatic conditions of the Arabian Desert. Among other, they have special insulation, window protection and a high-performance air conditioning. In addition, the trains feature special blowers positioned close to the wheels for clearing the sand off the track, together with military-grade air filters, reinforced door seals to prevent dust ingress, and polyurethane coatings on the driving cab windscreen to reduce wear from the blowing sand. Some dynamic tests were performed back in 2017 in extreme environmental conditions, with very high temperatures close to 50 degrees Celsius and with the presence of desert sand. Results were good, having in mind the trains had a good response to such conditions while still achieving a maximum speed of 300 km per hour. The project was opened in conjunction with the Saudi National Day on 25 September 2018, in the presence of Saudi King Salman bin Abdulaziz. Commercial service on the line was fully introduced on 17 October 2018. At the beginning of the commissioning, the operator was running 40 trips per week, or 8 trains per day, 5 days a week, with 2 days reserved for finalization of infrastructure works. For the first 6 months of operation, the line has carried more than 250,000 passengers. Load factors of 82% have been achieved on more than 450 trips that have taken place. Service is operated at 93% punctuality. We were unable to find any further information on the ridership, so if any of our viewers are aware of those figures, we would be grateful if they share them with us in the comments. Also, we must point out that one of the biggest success stories of this project was the ability of suppliers from across the world to work successfully together in Saudi Arabia. This was the story of a fantastic mega project that once again showed that engineering has no boundaries and that it is possible to tame nature for the benefit of both nature and humans. We hope that this railway line will show its true potential in the future, bearing in mind it had only 1 full year of operation. As you know, 2020 brought us pandemic with great restrictions which specially affected passenger transport systems. One last thing before the end. As some of you already know, Railways Explained is now on Patreon. So, if you value our work and want to support our production, you can do it on that platform with a small monthly donation. Check out the link in the description. Also, don't forget to go to NordVPN link and consider getting a 2-year plan with a huge discount provided by Railways Explained. And finally, this was all for today. We hope you enjoyed and learned something new about the railways of the world. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your rail-loving friends, and of course, subscribe to our channel. Until the next time, goodbye.